Guys, it's Jess from jesslarson.blogspot.com, and today I am here with a make a card video. Basically, you guys just watch as I go through the process of making a card. We are starting with a couple of stamp sets. The first one is Sending Smiles. That's what the You're the Best sentiment is from. That's a Hero Art set that I just got and I really, really like it. And then the other set that we're using is the Love Lives Here from Paper Tray Ink. And we're just using this little butterfly that has a heart in the middle and then kind of a word printed background. And I am stamping that 4 times with 4 different colored inks. And I'm using all Jenny Bolin dye inks. The orange is Chicken Feed. The green is Stick Candy. The blue is Soap Powder. And the pink color is Chewing Gum. And I love, love, love Jenny Bolin inks. They are awesome dye inks. They're really pretty, soft colors. And they really keep their color too. They're really vibrant. So I've just finished up doing that, and now I am going to run the butterfly die through my Sizzix Big Shot die cutter. And I do that 4 times, so I have enough for each color of butterfly. And that's just one of the wafer thin dies, so I just run it in with all my tabs down and then a plate and then my paper and my die and then the other clear plate on top of it. Super easy and quick. Then I am going to re-stamp on all of those pieces that I die cut. And I don't really have any hints for stamping on die cuts, just, go slow, line it up, and it's not the worst thing if you have to redo it because it's a die cut and it's super easy to run through the machine again. So I'm just wiping it off with a dry paper towel in between. I didn't want to get it wet with a baby wipe. So just a dry paper towel really took off all the ink that I needed to take off. And then I just keep inking them up here and keep stamping them carefully. I actually ended up doing, I think it was the pink one twice because I got stamped a little funky. But I actually think I die cut an extra one just because I knew that I would probably make a mistake. And while I had my Sizzix over there, I wanted to do another one. What I'm doing now is just freehand drawing some sort of like trails coming from the butterfly just to kind of indicate movement or motion. I, make a little loopy tail or just a straight line, and I'm just doing little, really super light dashed lines. And I'm not actually going to end up tracing over these, so I don't have to be super exact, and it really doesn't show up on camera. But I think I'm going to zoom in here in a second, and you guys will get to kind of see up close a little bit better what they look like. You can see on that top, it's kind of a looped one on the orange one. And then on the blue one, there's also a little loop under the your too. And that was just with a pencil. Because now what we're going to do is actually sew those lines with coordinating threads. Those are all just random colors of threads that I had in my sewing stash, and they're just like sewing machine thread. So I'm taking my paper piercer from Tonic and Tim Holtz and just kind of going along those dashed lines and piercing with my paper piercer. I could use the machine, but then I'd have to redo a bobbin for each color, and I just didn't feel like doing that. I'm not sure if that would have been easier or harder than hand sewing all of them, but I just opted to hand sew today. What I'm doing here is just threading the needle, and I actually did the orange one a little bit different than I did all the other colors, because for the orange tail I just went through all the circles once, or all the holes once, with one single thread, and then it didn't look like enough. It looked too thin. So I went back and did it again. So it was actually like 2 threads of orange going through there. And then subsequently for all the other ones, I just did, sewed it one time using 2 threads. So it went a lot quicker. But that's just kind of what you learn, as you're going along. You don't really know how it's going to turn out. So now what I'm doing is I've sewed all my little trails on, and I am inking the edges of the butterflies with antique linen distress ink and a foam applicator. And then I kind of bend up the side of the wings on the die cut just to give it a little bit of a 3D, more dimension and depth. And then I just pop it on there with my Zig pen, because that Zig pen can get in really tiny areas. And then I just go along with each one and bend up the wings and put it on there with the Zig pen. And that Zig glue holds really well too, I think. So I definitely would recommend that. And I'm just kind of using my paper piercer there to make sure that the glue adheres down. Now, of course, no card would be complete without inking around the outside. I feel like I do that on every card, which I probably do. But I just do a little antique linen on the outside. And then I felt like that top corner just looked so empty. So, before I do the top corner, I do feel like it looked empty though. Before I do the top corner, I put in a little tiny pearl in the heart of each one of those butterflies. And then now you see at the top corner, I've already glued down 3 more little tiny pearls. And then at the bottom corner, I'm doing the same thing just to kind of complete the card. I felt like it just needed that visual triangle completed. And, you know, that's what those pearls kind of do. So this is the finished card. I was really happy with how it turned out. I think it's cute and summery. There's a close-up of the card, so you can kind of get a little better picture of it when it's not on the camera. And then there's a close-up, another close-up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and check out more videos and blog posts at jesslarson.blogspot.com.